do share this with your friends who are preparing for CAT and other MBA entrance examinations. You can like and follow us on Facebook, as well as subscribe to our YouTube channel to get live event and notifications for all the updates regarding CAT and other MBA entrance examination. You can also look at our WhatsApp as well as Telegram lists. You can join over there and we will update you. We don't spam over there. If you want, you can enroll for our Quant and LRDI courses. These are the best and the most comprehensive courses available in the market. In this session, we'll be looking at congruent and similar triangles. This also includes some of the topics which we learned in the previous sessions on triangles and other basics of geometry. I would suggest pause this video, have a look at the questions. The PDF link is available in the description of this video. Once you have tried these on your own, then proceed with the rest of this session. That completes this particular session. If you liked it, please do share it with your friends who are preparing for CAT and other MBA entrance examination. Please do subscribe to our YouTube channel as well as follow our Facebook page. The links for our course are available on the description to this video. Till we meet again the next time, goodbye and all the best. In this session, we'll be looking at congruent and similar triangles. I would suggest if you have not gone through the previous sessions on triangles, please go through them because we'll be using those concepts extensively. Please revise those concepts if you are not in touch with those. Now, think of going to a copy shop, right, or a Xerox shop. Now, there are two operations that you can do. First one is duplication, which means you take a Xerox of the original document. Now, what does a Xerox of an original document tell you? That every feature of the original document will basically be reflected in the duplicate as well. Everything will be identical, right? So the width, the height, everything is going to be identical as compared to the original document. So with triangles, this is dealt with congruence, right? Two triangles are identical. It means they are technically called congruent triangles, right? There are 4 conditions to check for congruency. If any of these 4 conditions are satisfied, basically the two triangles are congruent. Side, 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 triple S, right? So if 3 sides of one triangle are equal to the corresponding 3 sides of the other triangle, then the two triangles are said to be congruent. Next one is side, angle, side. 2 sides and an included angle, right? ASA, angle, side, angle, 2 angles and the included side. And RHS, which is in a right angle triangle, if the hypotenuses are equal and one of the non-hypotenuse sides are equal for these two, then the two triangles will be identical, right? The proof is available in most 8th, 9th, 10th class textbooks, also available on Wikipedia. You can have a look at that. Right. Now, what happens when two triangles are congruent, right? The corresponding sides are equal in length, corresponding angles are equal in length, corresponding medians, altitudes, etc. are equal, perimeters are equal, areas will be equal. They are identical in every single fashion. Now, one thing to be careful about is if you say two triangles are congruent, so let's say A, B, C and X, Y, Z. If you say ABC is congruent to XYZ, then angle A will be equal to angle Z, angle X, angle B will be equal to angle Y, angle C will be equal to angle Z, right? The side AB will be equal to side XY, the side BC will be equal to side YZ, and side AC will be equal to side XZ, right? So you need to check the corresponding corners or corresponding sides that will be equal. Now, medians, altitudes, etc. So if I drop a median from here to here, that will be equal to the median from X to YZ. If I drop a altitude from B to AC, then the altitude from Y to XZ will have the same lengths, right? Perimeters are equal, areas are equal. Now, the second thing which you can do in a Xerox shop is basically enlarge or reduce the part. Now, a correct enlargement or a correct reduction will mean that the relative features are proportional, right? So if you understand some basic photo editing skills, right, that in two-dimensional photo editing skills, it's called the aspect ratio. The ratio of height to width should be constant for the as compared to the original. So if this is x by y and this is a by b, right, they will be identical only if x by y will be equal to a by b. If you distort this ratio, this aspect ratio, basically you will get an either flattened image or a bulged up image, right, over here. In case of a triangle, it is called similarity, right? So in case of a similarity, the corresponding sides become proportional, but the corresponding angles remain the same, right? So there are three conditions for similarity: SSS. Now, this is not SSS of congruency. This is the SSS of similarity, which means all the three sides are proportional. So if I take a larger triangle, right? So if you say ABC and I call the larger triangle PQR, right? AB to PQ will be same as BC to QR, which will be same as AC to PR. Corresponding sides will be proportional. The second one will be if all three angles, in fact, if two angles are equal, the third angle will automatically be equal, right? So you can clearly check this. Every equilateral triangle is similar to every other equilateral triangle, right? And then you have side angle side. Two sides are proportional in length and the included angle is equal, right? So the properties besides the sides and angles, the corresponding medians will be in the same ratio as the ratio of sides. So if this is H, this is large H, right? If PQ by AB equals K, then capital H by small h will also be equal to K, right? Perimeters will be corresponding proportional, right? Each side is K times the side of the original one. So the perimeter will be K times the original perimeter. Now areas will be in the ratio K square. Why? If you can just use this diagram itself. Area of the first triangle would be half of H into BC. Area of the second triangle will be half of capital H into QR. Now we know QR by BC will be equal to K. Similarly, H by H will also be equal to K. So the ratio will be 1 is to K square. So the second one is K square times the first one, right? What is K? K is the ratio of the corresponding sides. You can also call it the aspect ratio part, okay? Or this is the enlargement factor or the reduction factor. If K is positive, then the triangle is blown up. If K is greater than 1, then the triangle is blown up. If K is lesser than 1, then the triangle is reduced, right? So let's go and look at questions which have come up in past CAT and XAT papers, which use the concept of similar triangles and congruent triangles. So the first one is from CAT 2005. You would have definitely seen this type of question, which will be in your practice books, right? Consider triangle ABC with the following figure. BC is equal to 12, right? DB is equal to 9, CD is equal to 6, and angle BCD is equal to angle BAC. So this angle is equal to BCD, right? So if this angle is X, this angle is also equal to X. Now, if you take triangle ABC, right? Angle A in triangle A will be equal to angle C in triangle CDB. Angle B will be the same in both of them. This is common, right? And D will therefore be equal to angle C of the large triangle, right? So we can, why? Because if two angles are equal, the third angle has to be equal. Sum of the three angles equals 180 degrees. So if A and B are equal to C and B here, then C has to be equal to angle D. So we can say that these two triangles are similar. So we can look at the ratio of sides now. AB by CB equals BC by BD which will be equal to AC by CD. Let's put the values. AB is not known. CB is 12. CB is 12 and BD is 9. So we can find the value of AB, right? So AB will be equal to, this ratio is 4 by 3. So this ratio will also be 4 by 3. So AB will be 16. Now, what else we do? AC is unknown, but CD is equal to 6. So this ratio will also be the same. This ratio will also be 4:3. So this will be 8. Right? What will be the perimeter of triangle ADC? ADC. Right? AB the full length is 16, out of which BD is 9, which means AD will be equal to 16 minus 9, which is 7. AC we know is equal to 8. Right? Perimeter of triangle ADC will be 7 plus 8, 15 plus 6, 21. Perimeter of triangle BDC will be 9 plus 6, 15. 15 plus 12 is 27. So this ratio is 7 by 9. Option A will be your correct choice. Second question is from CAT 2003, the repeat paper. Again, this is a question which comes very frequently in mocks and in your practice test, etc. Straightforward application of similarity. Let's see what this says. In a figure not drawn to scale given below, P is a point on AB. P is a point on AB such that AP to PB is equal to 4:3. AP to PB will be equal to 4:3. Right? PQ is parallel to AC. PQ is parallel to AC. QD is parallel to CP. QD is parallel to CP. ARC is 90 degrees. Right? And in triangle PQS, angle PSQ is 90 degrees. PSQ is 90 degrees. Right? Then the length of QS is 6. Right? What is the ratio of AP to AD? I need AP to PD. Right? This ratio. Right? So now this additional information is actually given to confuse you. This additional information is given to confuse you because we don't use the length anywhere. We don't even use the angles anywhere. Right? We know now if you take QP is parallel to AC. QP is parallel to AC, which means triangle BQP will be similar to triangle BCA. Why? This angle will be equal to this angle. This angle will be equal to this angle, and angle B is common. Right? So these two are similar, which means PB to PA, PB to BA, BP to BA, that will be 3:7. Right? Will be same as BQ to QC, BQ to QC. That will also be 3:7. Which means if this is 3 parts, this will also be 4 parts. Now we are looking only at the ratio. Now once you get this, we can solve this question pretty straight away. Let us take the second set of parallel lines. Right? QD is parallel to CP. Right? So if you take triangle BPC, that will be similar to triangle BDQ. Why? Because DQ is parallel to PC, angle P will be same as angle D, angle Q will be same as angle C, and angle B is constant in both of them, same in both of them. Why are these two angles equal? Because of corresponding angles, basics of parallel lines. Right? So once you do this, we know that ratio of BD to the ratio of BP will be same as the ratio of BQ to BC. Now what is BQ to BC? BQ to BC is 3:7. So BD by BP will also be 3:7. This ratio will also be 3:7, which means if this is 3 parts, this will be 4 parts. Now let's take the large triangle. Now this full length of 3x is split in the ratio 3:4 to get PD. So PD will be 4 by 4 plus 3, which is 7 times 3x. Right? If this is 3x, this will be 4x. What is AP? AP is 4x. What is PD? PD is 4 by 7 of 3x, which is 12 by 7x. Right? We know the ratio. This is PD. Ratio is, this is 3, 7 goes on top. So 7:3 will be your required ratio. Option C will be your correct choice. Pretty straightforward question to be solved in under 2 minutes in exam situation. It takes longer to explain than to actually solve. The third one is from XAT 2008. The key challenge was to actually draw the diagram. I have drawn the diagram to make it simpler, right? But if you draw the diagram, your job is done. ABCD is a square. P is the midpoint of AB. P is the midpoint of AB. The line passing through A and perpendicular to DP. So this DP is a line. Perpendicular to this intersects the diagonal at Q. So B, which diagonal will it intersect? It will intersect BD. It will intersect it at Q and BC at R, right? This is a 90-degree angle, right? If AB is equal to 2, what is the value of PR? So you need to find the value of PR. Right, now you can use the symmetry straight away and say that if this is the midpoint, you know this will also be the midpoint. One is, the full side is 2, this side is 2, this will be 1, this will be 1, this will be root 2. Now let's try to prove it. How do we use the symmetry so quickly? Okay, the reason why we use symmetry so quickly is because you have drawn a perpendicular to a right angle triangle. The triangle DAP is a right angle triangle, and let's call this X. AX is perpendicular to PD. So this is a right angle triangle. So all triangles will be similar to each other. So if this angle is say K, right, this angle will be 90 minus K. Why? Because this is 90 K, this will be 90 minus K. Now this angle is 90, so this angle will be K again, right, which means this angle will be 90 minus K. Fully done. If this is K, this is also a right angle triangle now, which means this angle will be equal to K. Now if you take the triangle ARB and triangle DPA. So if you take ARB, right, angle A in this will be, angle A in this is worth K degrees, whereas in APD, angle D is worth K degrees. So D. Similarly, angle R in ARB is 90 minus K. So angle P will be 90 minus K. And B in here will be equal to A in here. So we can say that ARB is similar to angle DPA. ARB is similar to DPA. Now, if you observe, AD is same as AB, right? Why? Because they are two sides of a square, which means that the ratio of sides is equal to 1. Ratio of sides is equal to 1. So not only are the two triangles similar, because the ratio of sides is equal to 1, they become congruent triangles. Now once they become congruent triangles, you know AP, the length AP is same as length BR. What is length AP? Length AP is, P is the midpoint, right? Because P is the midpoint of AB, to make the lengths equal, R has to be the midpoint of BC, which means this length will be equal to 1, 1, 1. This is a right angle triangle. 1, this will be root 2. This is a isosceles right angle triangle. Job done. Identify the symmetry. Go for the kill. Job done. Again, this actually takes longer to explain than to solve. It's a pretty straightforward question. The last question in this session is from ZAT 2009, an extension of the previous question, right? You might think initially that it's a question on quadrilaterals. Again, the only thing which you need to know is the property of a square. If you know the property of a square, that's all you need to do. What is the property of a square? All the internal angles are 90 degrees. All the sides are equal. ABCD is a square of side 10 units. OCD is an isosceles triangle with base CD. So we have CD, AB, right? AB's OC cuts AB at point Q. OC cuts at Q and OD cuts at P. Okay, this is your triangle, right? Area of trapezoid PQCD is 80 square units. So area of this is 80 square units. What is the altitude of OPQ? You need to find altitude of this. Now, given the symmetry of this figure, you know OPQ is similar to the large triangle, right? This is a parallel line. This angle is constant. So there is enough to prove that this is the case. So if this is H, right? This side will be H plus height. Height is what? 10. H plus 10. Right? We need to find the value of H. It is given that area of triangle area of trapezoid PQCD is equal to 80 square units. Right? Now, if it is 80 square units, area of the square will be 100, out of which 80 is taken out. Right? Which means these two smaller triangles, which are cut off from the square, right? They will be identical because of the symmetry, right? It's an isosceles triangle, so enough symmetry to prove it, right? Which means these two areas will also be equal. 100 minus 80 is 20, which means area of this triangle is 10. Area of this triangle is 10. Now, what is the area of this triangle? Area of this triangle will be equal to 10, and this is K, right? Half of 10 into K will be equal to 10, which means K should be equal to 2. Similarly, this part QB will also be equal to 2, which means PQ will be 10 minus 2 minus 2, which is 6. So ratio of sides we now know is 6:10, which means ratio of the heights should also be 6:10. So H divided by H plus 10 should be equal to 6:10, which is 3 by 5. If you rewrite this, you'll get 5H equals 3H plus 30. 2H is equal to 30. H should be equal to 15. Just use the symmetry. Job done. Similar triangles are pretty straightforward. You need to identify the similarity or the congruence as the case may be. Once you do that, the questions are pretty straightforward to solve. The only thing which you need to know is if two triangles are congruent, then basically the ratio of sides is equal to 1, right? And for a congruent triangle, basically everything is identical. Once you do that, questions are reasonably straightforward to solve. That completes this particular session. If you liked it, please do share it with your friends who are preparing for CAT and other MBA entrance examination. Please do subscribe to our YouTube channel as well as follow our Facebook page. The links for our course are available on the description to this video. Till we meet again the next time, goodbye and all the best.